Hey, what's up guys? Tougie here, back again, and following the roster announcement for the US men's Olympic team during the Winter Classic, I wanted to go ahead and take a look at the roster a bit more in depth before the start of the games next month. I'll start off by stating yet again that despite the lack of NHL involvement in the games this time out, I'm still incredibly excited for this tournament. We might not be seeing the best versus the best, but we will still be seeing players taking the ice on the biggest stage that they're likely ever to perform on. All you have to do is take a look at the video between Bobby Butler and his father, the moment where his father found out that his son was going to be an Olympian. They know, these players know that this is their time to shine, and as a result, I expect these games to be incredibly competitive and entertaining. That said, on paper, the team's not incredibly impressive. When it comes to name value, this team is highlighted by a 38-year-old captain and former Stanley Cup champion in Brian Gianna. It features NCAA standouts like Jordan Greenway, who is the first African-American player to suit up for the US men's Olympic team, and Ryan Donato, son of former NHLer Ted, who also suited up for the Olympic team back in 1992. It's a mix of youth and experience, but the main concern comes with the lack of NHL experience with the majority of these players. While there's been some speculation about the potential of late changes, particularly the potential inclusion of a player currently on the US World Junior squad, the roster is practically set in stone at this point. 8 defensemen, 14 forwards, those are the numbers usually carried by the team, and that is exactly what we have already. The only thing left is the announcement of what 2 goaltenders will join Ryan Zapolsky on the squad, which brings me to the goaltending situation. Is it actually a situation? I mean, who is Ryan Zapolsky anyway? I'm not going to act as if I knew all about him prior to this announcement. I certainly didn't, but after looking up his track record, I can't say that I'm extremely worried about goaltending when it comes to this US team in the Olympic Games this time out. After a solid NCAA career with Mercyhurst College, he did struggle to find his footing with an AHL team despite some outstanding numbers at the ECHL level. That led him to Finland, playing in Liga starting in the 2013-14 season, where he put up a combined .923 save percentage in 163 games. After 3 seasons in Liga, in 2016 he signed with Jokerit of the KHL, and over the past season and a half he has continued to perform at a high level with a .922 save percentage in 72 starts with the club. While he might not have tremendous name value, there's no doubt the 31-year-old is the best option in goal for the US given the circumstances of the NHL not being involved. Which leads me to the 2 unannounced goalies that will join him on the team. Obviously this is just pure speculation, but to me you have 4 different pools in which you could pick players from. The first would be the unaffiliated with an NHL team but still playing in the AHL or ECHL pool, as we've already seen players such as John McCarthy of the San Jose Barracuda be selected as one of these type of players. For goalies, this could include CJ Mott of the Quad City Mallards, Parker Gahagan of the previously mentioned San Jose Barracuda, Evan Cowley of the Manchester Monarchs, Cal Heater of the Orlando Solar Bears, and numerous others. The second pool would be the currently on the World Junior squad pool, which could see Joseph Wall, Jake Ottinger, or Jeremy Swayman join the team. You also have the NCAA pool in general, which would include a variety of different goalies, including the 3 that I just mentioned. And lastly, the 4th pool of players could include the best of the rest, which features 2 main goaltenders, Jerry Kuhn of Wolfsburg in the DEL, and David Leggio of Munich, also in the German DEL. So who do I see making this team? The safe bets would be either Kuhn or Leggio, if not both of whom have respectable numbers in Germany over the past few seasons. Kuhn with a .924 save percentage since the 2016 season, and Leggio with a .918 since 2015. If any player from the current World Junior team were to make this squad, I would see it more as a sign of good faith rather than expecting them to actually compete for the starting job, even if Zapolsky struggles. Moving on to defense, and the key theme here is very clearly speed, mobility, and offensive upside. A basic search of any of these players will mention that a big part of their individual games would have to do with speed, mobility, or an offensive upside, whether it is a quick scouting report as you could see on Elite Prospects, or a more in-depth view as you could see on the now defunct Hockey's Future. Taking a look at the individuals, though, we start off with Chad Billings. He's a former AHL All-Star and Calder Cup champion with the Grand Rapids Griffins in 2013. Jonathan Blum is a former first-round pick of the Nashville Predators in 2007. He has over 100 games of NHL and KHL experience. He was also a KHL All-Star in 2016. William Borgen is the lone NCAA representative in the group for defensemen, a fourth-round pick of the Buffalo Sabres in 2015. He was a part of the Under-20 World Juniors bronze medal team in 2016. Matt Gilroy has played in over 200 career games in both the NHL and the KHL, where he is a two-time All-Star in Russia. He was the captain of the 2008-2009 Boston University team that won the NCAA championship. He also won the Hobey Baker Award that year as the top player in the NCAA. One of just two defensemen to do that over the past decade, alongside current New Jersey Devil Will Butcher. Ryan Gunderson has spent nearly all of his career in Sweden since leaving the University of Vermont in 2007, having played nearly 250 games with Brynäs of the SHL, whom he won the SHL title with in 2012. He's also a former KHL All-Star, having played 2 seasons in the league between 2014 and 2016. Bobby Sanguinetti is a former first-round pick of the New York Rangers in 2006, an AHL veteran of nearly 400 games. He is also a multiple-time All-Star in the AHL during that time. Noah Welch is a former second-round pick of the Pittsburgh Penguins way back in 2001, the veteran of their defense corps. He has over 200 games of experience in both the AHL and the SHL in Sweden, where he was a champion in 2015 with the Varsho Lakers. And the final member of this defense corps is possibly the most intriguing and probably the most recognizable name on the list, that being James Wisniewski. A fifth-round pick of the Chicago Blackhawks in 2002, he won gold at the 2004 World Junior Tournament, and with by far the most NHL experience among defensemen in this group with 552 career games, the concern comes with his injury history. His last NHL game was the opening night of the 2015-16 season when he was a member of the Carolina Hurricanes. He tore his left ACL 47 seconds into that game. Despite the fact that he has had some NHL tryouts since that injury, he's yet to make it back into the league, splitting time between the KHL and the AHL in 2016-17, and currently playing in the German second tier with Kassel Huskies at 33 years old, and with his injury, this might be his last chance to make an impact at a high level. While we don't yet know how this defense corps will compare to other teams, it's clear that the goal was to adapt to the larger international ice with the speed and mobility that each player possesses. Whether or not that's enough remains to be seen. Unsurprisingly, on offense, the approach appears to be the same, with an emphasis on strong skating and playmaking ability. Those are the two main strengths of this squad up front. Taking a look at the individuals, first up we have Mark Arcobello, and while he has 139 games of NHL experience, it's been his play in Switzerland over the past 2 seasons that has been truly impressive. He was the leading scorer in the NLA last season. He was also the league MVP with the eventual champion SC Bern, and he's continuing on that pace this season with 39 points in 33 games as of January 1st. Chris Bourque is one of the most prolific point producers in AHL history. A second-round pick of the Washington Capitals back in 2004, the eldest son, of course, of Hall of Fame defenseman Ray, has proven to have a similar scoring touch to his father, with 678 points in 963 career games, the majority of which have been played with the Washington Capitals AHL affiliate, the Hershey Bears. The previously mentioned Bobby Butler is a multi-time AHL All-Star who won a Calder Cup with the Binghamton Senators in 2011. The University of New Hampshire product has 191 points in 253 AHL games, a .75 point per game average. Also previously mentioned, Ryan Donato, a second-round pick of the Boston Bruins in 2014, is one of the 4 NCAA representatives on this squad. The current Harvard standout won a bronze medal in the 2016 World Junior Tournament. The captain and elder statesman of this team is 38-year-old Brian Gianna. A leader throughout his career, he was the captain of the 2001 Boston College team that won the NCAA title. He also served as captain of the Montreal Canadiens for 4 seasons between 2010 and 2014, and he served as captain of the Buffalo Sabres over the last 3 years of his career between 2014 and 2017. He won the Stanley Cup with the New Jersey Devils in 2003 and was a member of the 2006 Olympic team, where he posted 4 goals in 6 games. He finished his NHL career with 588 points in 1,006 games, with 289 goals and, sadly, 299 assists. Hopefully, this can be the catalyst to get him an appearance, one more appearance, where maybe he can hit 300 career assists. Jordan Greenway is a second-round pick of the Minnesota Wild in 2015 in his 3rd year at Boston University. Currently, despite his massive frame at 6'6", 227 pounds, he still continues the trend of solid skaters with playmaking ability rather than having an overly physical game. He won a gold medal in 2017 at the World Junior Tournament. Chad Kolarik is a former 7th-round pick of the Arizona Coyotes in 2004 and is a proven point producer in worlds around the league with 379 points in 488 games between the AHL, DHL, KHL, NLA, and the SHL. After a strong 4 years at Yale, Brock Little has become a proven point scorer in the SHL with 181 points in 205 games. For the 2017-18 season, he signed on with HC Davos of the Swiss League, where he has 31 points in 35 games so far this season. John McCarthy is a former 7th-round pick of the San Jose Sharks in 2006. He was the captain of the Boston University squad that won the 2009 NCAA championship, and he's since gone on to play in 465 career AHL games, putting up 249 points in that time. Brian O'Neill won a Calder Cup in the AHL in 2015 with the Manchester Monarchs, a season where he won the John B. Sullenberger Trophy for putting up the most points in the league, 80 points in 71 games. He spent the last 2 seasons of his career in the KHL, putting up 61 points in 87 games. Garrett Rowe was a former 7th-round pick of the LA Kings in 2008, a college standout with St. Cloud State. He's been a journeyman throughout his career, spending time in Germany, Sweden, and most recently Switzerland, where he has 37 points in 31 games with EV Zug this season. Jim Slater brings a ton of NHL experience to this team and is one of the few examples of a gritty, two-way oriented player on the squad. A former 1st-round pick in 2002 by the Atlanta Thrashers, he has 138 points in 584 NHL games. He spent the last 3 seasons of his career in Switzerland, where he has 76 points in 107 games. Ryan Stoa is a former 2nd-round pick of the Colorado Avalanche in 2005, and he is another example of a more gritty player in the squad. He won a bronze medal at the 2007 World Junior Tournament. He's played nearly 300 AHL games and has over 200 games in the KHL, where he's played since 2014. He's a former All-Star with 119 points in 213 career games. And last but not least, we have Troy Terry, a 5th-round selection of the Anaheim Ducks in 2015, and he's already a well-decorated player in his career, winning a gold medal at the 2017 World Junior Tournament and an NCAA championship the same year with the University of Denver. So now we know the team. The goaltending should be strong, and the approach is clearly a fast, quick-moving attack. And at this point, unfortunately, there's nothing more we can do other than wait. Not only to see how this team compares to others once those rosters are announced, but we wait for the games themselves that are just over a month away. With what you know about Team USA for the upcoming tournament, how do you think they will do? Should they have taken a different approach, as we kind of witnessed in the 2016 World Cup of Hockey? Or will the speedy, creative approach lead the Americans to a medal in Pyeongchang? Of course, let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, you know what you can do to support me and the channel beyond, of course, just watching the video in the first place, which I thank you for. Links are in the description to my Twitter and Twitch. Give me a follow on both of those platforms if you have not already done so. And until next time, guys, have a good one. Take it easy. I'll catch you later.